this is Nubian Prince and I'm back at you with another video. In this one, I like to talk about Bitcoins. Bitcoin is online digital currency, and at this moment is gathering a lot of momentum, and it's pretty much in every media outlet now in terms of talking point. And the government itself is not happy because, I mean, many people, maybe a year or so, I mean, people just get along with their life, didn't care about this concept of Bitcoin. But now it have gathered mass and it is taking over pretty much the entire financial marketplace. And it is agitating a lot of people, mainly the banks and also the government. But even though many people does not latch onto the Bitcoin concept as yet, I think this money, digital money, gonna be the one that which gonna rivalry the pound, the US dollars, and also the yen as well, and also the euro, because as you can see, they are predicting collapse of the monetary system, and you're gonna have the one world currency. And at this minute, the Bitcoin is really kicking up a storm at this minute. As we can see, where war is kind of brewing at this minute, wherever, if in the Middle East, with Israel, with Syria, America, Russia, Venezuela, Ukraine as well. So you realize that this year we got a lot on our table or on our plates to pay attention to. And one of the main thing we have to pay attention to as well is the Bitcoin, because like I said, it's gathering up a lot of attention and a lot of people is attracting to it as a minute. And if it's the best way to boycott the banks or the government and everything, then this money itself, even though many people is not familiar with it yet. So like I said, the Bitcoin remove all the power from the banks and also from, maybe you call it gangs, which is maybe drugs lords or drugs ringing and stuff like that. So if you was to buy into the Bitcoins, like I said, even though the normal trading money that we have or the normal money that we spending, I mean, 94% of our world currency just fiat currency. So it's not like it got no eccentric value are backed by nothing, you know. So these are just paper. So if coin itself gonna gather that amount of attention, then we don't see no other money which is, you know, I mean, surfacing right now, which gonna rivalry any of the currency which is out there right now. So the Bitcoin is really in for a good show, and we have to really pay attention to the Bitcoin. And even though, like I said again, the war which is brewing, and I mean, if the war was to say happen over into the Middle East, God forbid, oil price and everything, food price was to, you know, I mean, plummet high, I mean, we can't even buy nothing these days. So the money itself gonna play a vital role in any kind of war that's we're talking about right now. And Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin is really found itself into a good position at this minute. And if the bank was to say collapse tomorrow, let's say, then the next money which everybody is going to turn to is the Bitcoin. But the question we all have to ask, is it much more safer to use the Bitcoin versus our normal currency that we've been using for so long? Just like, for example, in Europe, when you just have, I mean, the euro is under 14 years old. When they come in with the euro, I mean, everybody have to get used to using the euro. So the same concept may apply to using or get used to using the Bitcoins. So like I said, I think the Bitcoin could be the best rivalry for all the monetary system in our economic and also financial institute we have in our modern time. So if any collapse gonna take place, I think the best alternative they would turn to is the Bitcoin. But the fact of the matter, it is gonna be in private ownership like that. And I mean, I don't think the bank and government will be loving that, because they like to have control of everything, not just something. They like to have control of everything. So the movement and flow of money, they need to have control of that as well, because they think that Bitcoin, the way it is more open to many like terrorism kind of deals, backdoor deals and everything. You can buy illegal stuff out of the market and stuff like that. But the same could say about using our fake fiat currency that we have now. I mean, it poses the same threat as much as how they said the Bitcoin is posing threat. The reason why the government and the banks are saying that Bitcoin is more harmful or dangerous is the fact that Bitcoin is not necessarily in their control or as government as well. So obviously they have to kind of heap up a lot of negative feedback and a negative reaction to the money itself. You know, if the Bush was to come to shove, and just like when Colonel Gaddafi was around, and also Saddam Hussein, I mean, he was trying to start to let the trading money become gold So that's the reason why I even have to check him out, because can you imagine that if he just like come up with the idea overnight and say we're gonna trade all of Africa, gonna trade oil and all of our resources via gold, what gonna happen to the greater population? I mean, a lot of country would find themselves bankrupt in a month or two, you know. So we have to look in the fact that money is playing a vital role in everything, but nevertheless, gold, all of these things play a role as well. We have to realize where the present monetary system is and where it's going in the next maybe 5 to 10 years. And where is that at this minute is like, it's between a rock and a hard place. And with all different wars brewing up and the different conflict is going on in the different countries and civil riots and civil wars taking places and everything, there's so much to debate. But like I said, let's keep our eyes and see where things are at this minute with all of us. And now, so where you maybe the future, what future do you think Bitcoin will be having with us? Do you think Bitcoin going to be a short-term solution? Or are you think going to be a long-term thing? Do you think the Freemason, the Illuminati, do you think they're going to hijack this money itself and gate crash the entire thing and use this money for their own selfish gain and for their own purposes as well? Who knows? Because if they're trying to achieve this one world order, and if they can see an instrument that they can use to push their agenda, who knows? They will buy that, they will take that and use it for their own purposes. And like I said, drop me a comment and tell me what's your take on it, the Bitcoin or the monetary system that we have now, and where do you see us going even monetary wise and also economically wise as well, because shit ain't happening too right around here. So drop me a comment and tell me your views also, and everything's happening, the war which is brewing up, peace treaties happening between Israel and Palestine, which they still need to come to agreement in April. What's your take on that? And also the different things which are happening globally as well, whether it be economically or just socially. Just drop me your intake in the comment section. And thank you very much to hang out one more time with the Nubian Prince. If it's your first time, peace. And if it's your second time, I love you still, you know what I mean? So this is me. Peace.